Snap Fitness in Grand Island offers 24-hour access, free weights, strength training machines, cardio equipment, nutrition plans, and personal trainers. They'll work with you to help you reach the goals you have in mind. Located at 217 East Dolly Park Road in GI.
Welcome to In the Hoop. I'm George Ayoub with Bobby Mills, the 1,000-yard guy. Conference week. Big week.
Boy, is it.
Zach Mayhew behind the camera. Thank you, Zach. Yeah, you mentioned it.
Who?
Centennial Conference, Central Conference, that's Central Catholic and Northwest are we'll talk about, let's talk about that right away. Central Catholic gets a great win over at Adams Central.
Well, that was
in overtime.
Yeah. Jumped out, what was it? It was 9-0 for a while, and you knew it couldn't last.
No.
Their three-point shooters are phenomenal, but it was just a great basketball game to see. But Central Catholic came through foul trouble right away.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that, Johanna Gaifan, their star and their big kid, has foul trouble, but they find a way to do it. They found some unlikely heroes. Harry Hideout comes in, Tate comes in and scores 4 free throws, knocks them down.
And they couldn't do it a year ago, George.
Right.
They just didn't.
And they got 8 points from Devin Beck off the bench.
Oh, he did a nice job.
Yeah, so,
very nice.
I'm sure Coach Martinez likes the fact that, he's finding ways to get this done with other kids.
Yep, you have to do it, George. You know that from playing.
Yeah, and down the stretch, Johanna is going to, he'll pick up fouls. He's an aggressive player.
Yeah,
but he's also, that's just the nature of the game. You're not going to go through a season with 1 or 2 fouls per game. So he's going to have to take care of that. So they will open with SCOTUS, team that they lost
nice
to.
Draw.
December 12th it was. They lost 48-34 here in Grand Island. Pretty good beatdown by SCOTUS. But we have all the top teams in C1 and C2 in this Centennial Conference.
Yeah, so what's Central Catholic? Are they 14-2 now? And they're
14-2.
5th seed and go on the road. So that's how tough it is.
Yeah, it's a tough deal.
And if they lose, they'll either play Bergen or Boys
Town. And if they win, they'll probably play St. Cecilia.
Yeah.
So there's no, it's tough. You gotta strap it on and go for this. Yeah. So I think it's a good measuring stick for all those teams that are, highly ranked. Assume they'll make it to the state tournament. I think it's a good test in that regard.
Great.
Our friends out at Northwest are heading over to the Central Conference tournament, and I have not seen the seeding there, but they're coming in 7-7, so they're in the middle of the pack.
So they have to go back to York tomorrow.
So they're going back to York, and that's is that a 4-5?
Yeah,
4-5.
It is. It isn't that. You know what? Oh boy.
But we saw them play York.
Yeah, and if they beat them twice, then we'll know they're.
Yeah.
York's got that on their mind, I'm sure. And then Schuyler has to come in for the girls and play Northwest, and they just played Saturday. Isn't that kind of that's kind of a bad deal?
Yeah, that's what the one thing about you occasionally get that with
nobody can help it.
Schuyler was just Saturday night they had that. So
perhaps.
So the Vikings will have York again.
Yeah.
Hello. So they'll get after that. They beat them 55-42. That was back on the 10th.
Yeah, remember, George? York went out in front 14-0, and then all of a sudden
the big turnaround. I wasn't at the game. You were at the game.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
okay.
But it was like a 29-point turnaround.
Yeah.
So, but it's at York's place, so we'll see what happens there. We've seen York play. You've seen them at Northwest. Well, I've seen them at Central Catholic, and they can be really tough. They're a couple of really terrific athletes.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, those two guards are terrific for sure.
The Islanders. So the Islanders, not a conference tournament. They do that over the holidays. But 2 big nights for the Islanders. Winners of 3 in a row, 4 out of 5. But Friday night they get 35 from Pierce Allman. Next night they get 30 and 15 from Joel Beal. 30 and 15.
Oh, I didn't realize he scored 30 points.
Yeah.
Whoa, my goodness.
According to the Grand Island Independent.
Well, then he did score 30 points. 15 boards, that's not odd for...
No, Benson's down this year, but let's not take anything away from the Islanders. Maya Slough has them playing good basketball.
Boy, is he doing a terrific job.
And they, I think they're believing in themselves. Zach saw the game Friday night, and God, they got way down again and came back. And
was it 17 points down?
Yeah, 17 points down. A huge atmosphere again. So it's a nice. There's some nice things going on for the Islanders. out there. They have a pretty tough road themselves. They have to go to Kearney. They beat Kearney in overtime here. Have to go to Kearney, and that's a tough place to play. You know, you can get about 11 people in the place. And,
yeah, right.
You know, Stu mentioned, you know, Kearney is really, before they're going to build the new high school. I'm sure that's going to be a fabulous place. But they're the last of the old style gyms.
I've never been in that gym, George. My wife said it's something else.
You're right. It's kind of interesting. It's you don't have seats all the way around, but you're right on top of things. It's small. It's very loud.
Oh, my.
And Kearney uses it to its advantage. It'll be interesting to see what they do when they move into their new digs in a couple years. You know, a week ago, the Islanders went back to the old gym and with some success and beat Kearney there. So they got to go to Kearney, and then they're going to go to Omaha North with the Creighton recruit Patton on the big kid. They're 13-3. That'll be tough. But again, Joel Bill is really, you know, making himself his presence known in the inside at 6'8". So
a shot blocker. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
He's a real stud.
He could jump just about as high as we can.
Just about. He'll never get there though. Heartland Lutheran, they're 8-7. They have a winning record. They're going to have Central Valley on Friday. They should get that one done. Yep. Central Valley comes in at 1-10, and then we'll be there in a couple weeks.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Alcorn Valley, and so
great people.
And then they just got through with their tournament last week. Goldenrod, they got beaten in the opening round by Fullerton. I believe Fullerton ended up runner-up.
I think they were fourth. I think
fourth.
They lost
in the quarters or the semis.
Yep,
right?
and it was a tough. Yeah, just tough. That's another conference.
Tough conference too. So. Central Valley, that's who the Red Hornets have. We'll be back after the break. We're going to talk girls high school basketball after word from Snap Fitness.
What's the most centrally located gym in Grand Island? Try Snap Fitness, a 24/7 gym that's loaded with state-of-the-art equipment from Cybex for both strength and cardio. Located at 217 East Dolly Park Road in Grand Island.
Welcome back to In the Hoop. Just had a discussion over whether or not this guy should be paid.
Oh, no. Yeah. You got to give
Write him a check, Zach.
No.
Get the guy going. Okay, girls basketball. The Islanders ran into a good Southwest team. They played them tough, 45-39. Then they played Benson on Saturday.
That's excusable, George.
And that is a 15-0 Benson team, number one in the state. They are at the top of the point. South Sioux City's right there, undefeated.
Resurgence.
Yeah, resurgence. Yeah. So that could be a real showdown. But you know, the Islanders, they've been playing pretty good basketball, and so, but the 71-29.
Well, you can't.
You just.
Ibis is too tough inside.
Benson is really tough. Like the boys, they go to Kearney and then they go to Omaha North. That Kearney team ranked pretty high. They're in the top 10.
Nice ball club.
They're a nice ball club, and we talked about them when they came to Grand Island. And of course, Snyder, I believe, is their.
You're right, that
player.
Point guard. Yeah, great player.
And then they'll go to Omaha North. On paper, that's a ball game they can win.
Yep.
North comes in at 3-11 too. The Northwest girls have the tournament we mentioned in the first half of the show. Schuyler comes here. They just got past Schuyler, 58-22, and Schuyler's going to come to town. So you know, I'm sure Coach Herzberg said, let's not be looking past a team we just really beat pretty easily.
I know.
Opening round, you don't want to be looking past.
And they're young girls too, so it's possible. So he'll have them ready.
That'll be his. I think that'll be his choice. So. On paper, again, you know, they should get past Schuyler and get to the semis there of the Central Conference tournament in York. They'll go to York for that second round.
Okay, yeah, good.
And then the Grand Island Central Catholic girls have the Centennial Conference, and
Bergen comes in tonight, and their girls aren't as good as the boys, so they come in tonight to Crusader Dome and play them, and then if Central Catholic would win, they get rewarded by playing Hastings St. Cecilia.
Yeah, I was going to say, and so the reward is Hastings St. Cecilia. But you know, you want to win them all. And one thing we mentioned about Central Catholic, not a lot of numbers. Girls playing really hard.
They do. I just feel bad.
Really playing hard, you know. And so we've seen them several occasions. And you know, I really like that. You know, one of the things you don't want to do when you're having a season and they're coming in at 4-13. When you're having a season like that is get in that mode where you give up.
I don't think they will.
I haven't seen any of that. I haven't seen any of that.
They played good Saturday, George, against Adams Central. That's a good basketball team.
Right, yeah.
Just fell apart in the second half. Yeah. It's just one of those things.
Yeah. So, and some good athletes on that team.
Yeah,
as well. Heartland Lutheran girls, they're 6-9 on the year. They ran into a good Nebraska Christian team.
That's a good basketball team over there.
And the Goldenrod, 47-23, they got beat. Christian they're 11-4 on the season.
Yeah. Carl Ostrand and his wife, you know, that's a great, how good of an athlete was he?
All right. they're going to have Pleasanton tomorrow night. Pleasanton's 6-9. They'll be at Pleasanton.
Should be an even matchup.
Should be an even matchup, yeah. And then they have Central Valley with the doubleheader with the boys on Friday at Central Valley as well, too. So, it's that time of year where we have conference tournaments, but I looked at the points in the girls, and it's in Class A, of course, Benson and South Sioux are running away with it. But then there's some. Pius is high, but then there's some leveling out. And so I think people are looking at the conference tournament. They're also looking at, the sub-districts are going to be seated here.
They'll start to form.
February 12th, I think. They're going to start forming that up. So you want to get some wins. If you look at some of these teams down the road, Heartland Lutheran, they have some winnable ball games here against the girls, Palmer and Elkhorn Valley, but then they got Fullerton at 14-2. Yeah. That's going to be tough. But that's true with all the boys and girls. You kind of have to, you got to finish strong, and you have to have the numbers to get a good seed.
You do, and right now's the time to do it if you can. And I still say Grand Island's boys will be a draw that nobody wants.
Nobody's going to want
districts.
Them.
I wouldn't want to draw them.
I wouldn't want to draw them either. And I think the other team that I think about that too. I don't know if I'd want to draw the Northwest girls.
No, because they're improving all the time.
They're improving all the time, and they weren't starters, but you have enough of those kids that came back from state championship teams. You have Coach Hersberg. That's a team I think that they could start peaking. You look at that line, you go, we don't want to play them.
No, that's what he's hoping for, and it looks like it's falling together very well.
The other side of the bracket. So that's going to do it for In the Hoop. A couple programming notes. We're going to do In the Hoop the next 2 weeks on Tuesdays because I've got some baseball games I got to be at.
That's important, and hey, how about that? That's coming right up.
That's coming right up. So
go Max.
So we'll be having In the Hoop on Tuesdays, and our next broadcast will be February 10th. After all the conference tournaments are over, that'll be Elkhorn Valley. Going to visit our buddies out at Heartland Lutheran. That'll be fun. We always have a good time when we go out there. We're looking forward to that. For Zach Mayhew behind the camera, Bobby Neal is next to me. Thanks for Snap Fitness for sponsoring us. This has been In the Hoop on theindependent.com.
Visit Snap Fitness in Grand Island for all of your workout needs. State-of-the-art equipment and personal trainers will help you reach the exercise and health goals you have in mind. Located at 217 East Dolly Park Road in Grand Island.